Oh, hello survivors, this is Zombie Discussion here, and I'm here today to tell you a bunch of stuff, actually. One, I'm going to be going on vacation, going to Naxid, for a week, so that's, like 5 days. So, what's going to happen is, tomorrow I'm going to post a video. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. So I'm going to post one, before I actually go. And all that stuff. Whether or not I can post while I'm down there, that's going to be kind of difficult. The beach is always there's a lot you have to do when you're at the beach. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into zombiediscussion.com. Once again, I am the founder. Last night I spent approximately, there we go, there's no N in it, 3 hours, yeah, 3 hours. What I did, if you hear any squeaking, that is my chair. Yeah, I changed the moods. If you can see that, yeah, you can. I remade, whatever you want to call it, whatever I want to call it, I guess. The moods, completely, like, from scratch. Except for the smileys, of course. Smileys, I didn't make those. So let's go ahead and get into the conversation, which I'm going to have 2 conversations for y'all today, and that's going to be animals and places to go. I told y'all I would do this in a future video, which is going to be this video. Places to go and places not to go. I already discussed in a previous video. If you haven't seen it, link will be in the description. The mall. The mall is the worst place to go ever. And Walmart. Any place that's open 24/7 and that naturally has a lot of people and it's very, very crowded. So, places like that you never want to go ever. Other places, places you want to go are, your house would probably be fine. If you live in a decent house, you probably know what's in it. Obviously, but I'm talking about animal-wise. If you have a mouse problem, you understand why I suggest you not living in that place. Right now, we have some mice in our house. We just found out, so we're currently trying to fix that, but places to go. The main place, Cookie Quick actually commented on this because he's a member on zombiediscussion.com. Schools. Schools, I tell everyone, and no one believes me, schools is one of the best places to go ever. The one problem with schools is it might have, like, bugs and mice or something living in it, which, if you take the proper, actions, you won't have to worry about that. Schools have a food supply that lasts a few months. Even in the summer when school's out, depending on where you live, of course. If you go to all-around school, then, that's a different story. But after hours, no one's ever in school. Schools naturally have a lot of lockdown procedures after, especially in the United States after the whole 9/11 issue and stuff like that. The whole sniper, that's in Virginia, there was a sniper. So there's cages and stuff that you can actually section off the school. The food is either canned, it's school food, at least here, is fake. And fake food is processed in a freezer. It can actually last you months at a time. And my next video, I'm going to tell you probably the average life of what a zombie would actually survive for the whole zombie apocalypse to come to a conclusion and fade away. So they have a shop. Shop is our shop anyway. I'm going for my own school preferences, and most schools probably have just about the same thing, if not a little more, a little less. We have a sandstone grinder, which is perfect because if you use swords, like this right here, I don't know if you can see that there. It's a scimitar, but if you use swords, and if it does get dull, which that one's very dull, there's the sandstone grinder can, of course, grind it away and actually make it sharper. That's how people sharpen tools. So they got that. They got the whole shop class is just full of wood to barricade. It's full of tools, nails, hammers, just everything you can think of they would have. So you can also use those big equipment, or not, but you can use some of the big tools such as the shovels, the sledgehammer. You can use those as weapons. I mean, I know sledgehammer would be kind of very heavy and slow, but it would still work. It has spray paint, so you can spray paint the windows black. Because schools normally have big windows. If you just spray paint the bigger windows black and then barricade the smaller windows and the doors, it should be fun. They normally have a greenhouse. Greenhouse, you have the seeds, you have the tools that you need to grow, like vegetables and food to survive. So you can actually make your own garden through that. And if you don't have a greenhouse, then you have a flat roof. Schools almost always have a flat roof. You can actually turn that into a greenhouse. You can, make a homemade, grass up top so that you know for a fact that it can't get infected. No one ever thinks about going to the school. No one's really going to try breaking into a school during the zombie apocalypse. There's really nothing they think to raid. It's a school. Kids go in it to learn. That's it. So you're pretty much safe on people. Zombies really wouldn't even try breaking in either, because if you have everything barricaded, and if you have a section that you only go to, like during the night or in your spare time, besides dinner and stuff, they wouldn't really even notice you at all. Schools have rooms that are just completely shut off. There's no windows, no nothing. So if you actually live in there, there's no way for them to see you. You can't really hear anything. They're solid bricks. So the whole fact of hearing outside of the school is completely almost, like it can't happen. So with all that, that's that. Now moving on to animals. Most people think animals, are just pets or a nuisance, such as mice and stuff. But in the zombie apocalypse, if the zombie virus or any type of, thing can infect a human and alter their mind to feast on other humans. Humans are one of the most higher up in the animal kingdom, one of the biggest as well. So if it can affect something so big like us, it can definitely affect the smaller animals, such as the dogs, cats, mice, stuff like that. I only really list those two often is because those are the ones you're going to bump into the most. Everyone knows someone with a pet dog or a pet cat or with the mice problem. They're just very common. So they're actually going to be one of the easiest to infect, and one of the most reasons people actually get infected. Mice can go in to the smallest holes and cracks. I actually have a mouse hole over here I can show y'all. You might not see it. Where the plastic is, that's where the mouse hole is. It's very, very small, so they can fit into very, very, short, small crevices and come out and attack you. So, with all that saying, animals are one of the most dangerous things. You should always check the house. Make sure there's no mouse holes in any corners or bigger mouse holes in the middle of the walls. Normally house mice, despite, the cartoons and stuff, they normally dig holes in the corners because it's the easiest to access and it's the easiest to make the smallest hole, so it's less noticeable. So if you check all that, and if you make sure there is no animals, if you have an animal, I mean, you're gonna have to decide if an animal gets infected. Humans are one of the slowest running mammals that like walk on land known throughout the whole animal kingdom. Dogs. If you bump into a dog outside that's infected, even though it's infected and lacks as much motor skill as a regular dog, it will still be able to catch up to you and bite you faster than you can run. And have, plus, then they have natural animal reflexes. We live in buildings and stuff. We actually lost our, natural animal reflex until we're in a situation like that. So if we swing a bat, even though they're infected, they might still have the ability to dodge the swing. It just makes them really, really dangerous and very, very hazardous. If you ever, just watch out for all the animals. They can get infected. I actually have a dog right here. Yep, so, that's that. Once again, I'm Sean. I'm the owner of ZombieDiscussion.com. If you haven't already, make sure to join it. Subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more on the zombie tips and little things I have to tell y'all. It's about 12 minutes in, so I'm going to hop off. And I will talk to y'all later, survivors.